You know how the Awkward Tuesday phone call works. If you're having an issue and you need our help, simply email the show and we'll give you our advice as long as you make a very awkward phone call in exchange. Teresa is on the phone today and she wants to make an Awkward Tuesday phone call to somebody who she met in Vegas.
Oh, no.
You know how it is. You go to Vegas and you hook up with somebody and then a few years later you're still thinking about that somebody, mostly because the rash didn't go away. But that
sounds about right.
That's not Teresa's case, though. She actually met somebody in Vegas a few years ago and has been wanting to get a hold of them ever since. And now she finally has the opportunity, but she needs our advice. Teresa, how you doing?
Hi.
Thank
I'm
you.
nervous.
Thank you for your email. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for handling this, I guess.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell everybody what your issue is?
Okay, well, so a few years ago, I was in Vegas on vacation, and I hooked up with this guy. And you know how flings go. And anyway, all I knew was that his name is Brandon, and he works for a soda company. Mm-hmm. I never got his number because I didn't want any of that complicated stuff.
And it's Vegas. It's kind of understood when you do that in Vegas, you'll never see each other again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But, I stayed the night at his hotel, and, we were talking and stuff, and then we parted ways. And I could not get him out of my mind. Like, he was more than just a fling.
Slow down for a second. How long did you hang out with him before you went back to his hotel room?
That night. Like, literally, met at the bar, went back to his hotel room, spent the night, parted ways. Didn't even do that whole, breakfast thing.
And this was a few years ago.
Right.
So what is it about him that you can't get him off your mind?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, we laughed a lot, in the morning, getting ready to leave or whatever. Like, we just got along really, really well, and there's, this chemistry between us, and I just cannot explain it.
No, I mean, it's Vegas. How drunk were you?
Yeah, as drunk as one can get in Vegas.
So you were pretty drunk.
Hammered.
But, I mean, you're not drunk the next day, hopefully,
Do you think that maybe you've just built this up over the years into something that it really wasn't?
You know what, maybe, and that's what I'm trying to find out, because I flew home. I thought about him a lot. Like, I don't want to say that it was unhealthily a lot, but it was, more attention than you would give a regular fling,
Okay.
So I thought, whatever, screw it. After about a week or so, I sent a letter to the company that I worked for because I had no idea how else to get a hold of him, and I addressed it just to his first name because I didn't know his last name.
You sent an actual letter or you sent an email?
Like an actual letter.
Wow.
I figured it would physically get to somebody,
How old are you? You're not 80. You don't sound 80.
That'd be awesome, an 80-year-old having a one-night stand in Vegas.
I figured it would have more impact. It wouldn't just get deleted so easily.
Okay.
You sent it, I'm sorry, you sent it to the company that he works for?
Yes, because that's all I had was his first name and the company he works for.
What's his name, by the way?
Brandon.
Brandon. So you sent a letter to Brandon at so-and-so company, hoping that it would get to him.
Yes, and I didn't get into, explicit detail. But I said, we hung out, and I had no idea how else to contact him, and it was, just a one shot in the dark, and time went on, and I never heard from him. So I figured, probably never got to him. It was 1 month, 2 months, and then it just turned into years. And, during that time, I dated some guy for a while, but, he's always been in the back of my mind.
Is he the only one-night stand you've ever had?
No.
Okay.
I was like, how many nights are in a week? Because
I mean, it's not all the time, but, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not the first one-night stand. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get this email from him.
What?
Whoa.
I put my email in the letter.
Holy
But
cow.
I was, blown away. I was surprised. And I got all these butterflies. And he said, hey, I know it's been a while. If you want to talk, call me. And then he left his phone number.
Wow.
And I'm just staring at this number, and I'm so nervous. I'm I'm shaking when I'm thinking about it.
have you tried to call it at all?
No.
Is that so? That's why you want to do the Awkward Tuesday phone call to help us give you the courage to call this guy after 2 years?
Yes, please.
What do you want to say to him after all this time?
I don't know. That's why I need your guys' help.
Okay.
Does this guy even live close to you?
I don't know. We never got that far into talking. Like I said, all I have is his name and his company that he worked for.
Teresa, best case scenario, what are you hoping that you get out of this?
Ideally, what I want is for the conversation to go amazingly well and then stir up some feelings. And we'll see from there, I guess.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, give you some advice on what you should say to him, I guess, and then you can make your Awkward Tuesday phone call.
Okay, thank you.
Hang on.
It's awkward.
It's Tuesday.
It's Brooke and Jubal's Awkward Tuesday phone call.
You know, Teresa, if everything goes well with the Awkward Tuesday phone call today, I can see it now in your future. Multi-million-dollar movie deal. That's right. Coming this summer. He's a high-powered soft drink executive. She's a drunken floozy with an attitude.
Oh, come on, guys.
Society said they couldn't work, but after one night in Vegas, their worlds got turned upside down. It's a new kooky romantic comedy that will knock your socks off and then put them back on. Starring Katherine Heigl as Teresa and Josh Duhamel as the guy who got his rocks off and then split town.
Oh my God!
Coming this summer to a theater near you. It's called One Drunken Night in Vegas. Sure to be a box office hit, Teresa.
Oh, man, Teresa.
I cannot wait to see your story up on the big screen.
I can be Katherine Heigl. I'm fine with that.
If you're just tuning in for today's Awkward Tuesday phone call, Teresa is on the phone. 2 years ago, she met a dude in Vegas. They had a one-night thing and then went their separate ways. She was thinking about him ever since. And how long after you met him did you send this letter, Teresa?
Like a week or two.
Okay, so like a week or two after she got back from Vegas, she sent a letter to his company. She only knew his first name, saying that she wanted to see him again and everything else. 2 years later, he finally responded via email and said, "Here's my number, call me." So she's about to call him right now and reconnect
Oh, Teresa.
in your Awkward Tuesday phone call. Any thought on what you're going to say to him?
Just, hey, how are you doing? I guess it'll bring up some memories. I mean, he told me this really corny joke that made me laugh. So
Okay.
hopefully
Okay.
I'm saying I think you try to feel it out first. Like, hey, how you doing is cool, but try to figure out if he's in a relationship or married, because a lot can happen in 2 years.
Yeah, I'll feel him out. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
You've thought about this conversation, obviously, for 2 years. Do you want to go down the feelings road at all about how you've thought about him, or are you going to stay away from that?
I guess we'll see what he reciprocates with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awkward enough already, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number, let you do your thing, all right?
Okay.
Do you want the movie trailer music behind you while you do it?
No, that's okay.
Okay. It could help. All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Brandon?
This is? Who is this?
It's me, Teresa.
Teresa.
Oh, from Vegas. I got your email.
Yeah, yeah. How are you?
How are you?
I'm well. Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to call me or not.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of nervous, so that's why I took longer than, I would normally take before calling somebody. I mean,
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
I can't believe that you finally got my letter.
Yeah, it was crazy when that came across my desk. It seemed like you sent it a really long time ago.
Yeah, was the mail person off or lost or something, or?
Well, it didn't have a last name, so trying to track down the one Brandon in the company.
Yeah, maybe it went through every single Brandon in your building and then finally went to you.
Yeah, I'm glad it did, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
have you been to Vegas lately since then, or?
No, I haven't. That was the last time I went. But that was a really good time.
Yeah. Do you remember that? I mean, we were both drunk, but do you remember that stupid joke you told me?
I have no clue. What was it?
No, it's like I have this little nephew, and I tell it to him all the time, and he laughs so hard, and it makes me think of you. You told me that joke. It goes, "Why was Tigger looking in the toilet?" Because he was looking for poo. I mean, like, do you remember?
No, I don't remember that. I remember some other things, but I don't remember that joke. I remember the hot tub.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
So,
and the shower.
Anyway, this is so crazy. Like, I can't believe, like, after all this time, I'm finally talking to you.
I know.
You know?
I know.
So
It's really crazy.
I want to know, like, if you're interested, like, do you want to reconnect or meet up at some point?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's just like one thing that I should probably let you know.
Okay.
So I'm actually married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean,
Oh.
yeah. Like it's
okay. I mean, but, you know, what else? I mean, it's been 2 years, you know. It's like I can't have expected you to, like, stay single just for me, you know.
Yeah.
we could just be friends then, you know. So,
yeah.
you know, I mean, that's cool. When did that happen?
Well, I've been married for it's coming up 7 years.
7 years? We hooked up 2 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, it was Vegas, so.
Does your wife share the same feelings about that? Like, if she went to Vegas and hooked up with some guy, one night stand, you'd be okay with that because it's Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you really talk about. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah.
Let's hope so for your sake. Holy crap.
Awkward.
Oh my gosh.
What was that?
Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Who? Hello?
How's it going?
Okay, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, we're a morning radio show.
What?
Yeah, we're a morning radio show, and Teresa wanted to call you today to reconnect on our show.
We're on the radio?
Yes, sir.
Hey, dude, I didn't know you were married, so that's on you.
Why the would you call me on the radio?
Why the did you me in Vegas when you were married?
That's a very good question.
It's a very good question,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah, all right. You know what? This is ridiculous. You guys have a good day.
Wait, hold on. Don't you feel like you should explain yourself a little bit?
You know, I don't need to explain to you guys. This never happened.
No, pretty sure it happened, Brandon.
Yep.
I think Brandon's gone.
Yeah. Kind of expected that to happen.
Teresa, I think that worked out well for you.
Oh my God, Teresa, are you freaking out that you slept with a married man in Vegas?
I didn't know that he was married at the time, so
Yeah, so in your mind, you slept with a single guy in Vegas. You're fine. You're in the clear.
right.
You're not an adulterer.
wrong.
You're not an adulterer, okay?
Right.
That is so sleazy. I'm sure he probably wasn't wearing his ring either. And
No, definitely not.
How are you feeling right now after that?
Well, kind of shocked, but kind of not. He seemed like such a nice guy. We had such a great time.
Well, hey,
You know?
of course he's going to be somebody who you think is attractive. I mean, the guy's married. Women obviously like him.
He wasn't wearing a ring. I didn't know he was married. He told me that stupid joke, which now my nephew is going to tell me all the time, and every time he says it, I'm going to be reminded of this guy.
You're going to be
married
reminded.
guy you did.
You're like, stop saying that joke.
Or every time I watch Winnie the Pooh, you know.
Do you want to do anything else with this, or are you just going to drop it at this point? Like,
I'm not going to waste my time anymore. I already invested, like, 2 years of part of my brain for this guy, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, you need to go
I
into,
was
like-
hoping that you would want to do, like, maybe an Awkward Tuesday phone call with his wife to let her know.
No, I don't want to get involved in any more drama. No way.
Will you
That's a
do
smart
it?
decision.
Will you do it for your major Hollywood movie that's coming out? She was a drunken floozy in Vegas. He was a married, high-powered soft drink executive. They had one night of passion, and that's where everything went wrong. She accidentally exposes his dark secret on the radio. And now he's driving towards her house on a mission to silence the woman who could tear his life apart. This summer, it's the sequel to One Drunken Night in Vegas, One Grave in Reno. Coming soon.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, that was so cringeworthy I had to turn the radio off a few times. So it's one of the, you just kept checking back though?
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
turn
nope.
back, like, oh my God, it's still there. I gotta go.
I can't.
We're talking about today's Awkward Tuesday phone call. If you missed it, this girl Teresa wanted to call a dude named Brandon. They hooked up in Vegas about 2 years ago, and she couldn't stop thinking about him. So obviously, he serves up some pretty good D. So she couldn't stop thinking about him, and then called him and found out he's married, and her dreams were crushed.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it just felt dirty after that. Like, dang it, that's not what my 2 years of imagining what this was and what it could be, and it's not all of
Nope.
it, any of it.
Now,
None of it.
somebody else is getting that good D, and that's his wife. So Teresa doesn't get it.
Oh, man.
Remember, if you want to do an Awkward Tuesday phone call, you got some sort of situation you'd like our advice with, just send us an email. We'll give you some advice as long as you make a very awkward phone call in exchange.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5.
Hey, girl. What's up with you?
Wait a minute, is this the right number?
It's the loser line.
Come on, just call me back.
If you haven't heard the loser line before, it works like this. Let's say somebody approaches you while you're out at the club and uses this charming pickup line. Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you get those pants on sale? Because they are 100% off at my place.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The name's Bruce. Next to make your acquaintance. Whatever you do, resist the urge to tell him to get a new bad joke, and instead tell him that he's adorable. And that's when you give him the number to the loser line. So hopefully he calls it and leaves an awkward voicemail that we can play on the air. Voicemails like this one.
Next message.
Hey, this is Dylan. I'm guessing you think I want to take you out, but unfortunately for you, not really in a dating place right now. I was wondering if you'd be interested in meeting for a personalized training plan. For $149, I can create a plan that you can execute on your own. Really, though, I'm not interested in dating you, but in getting you into such good shape. So give me a call.
Next message.
Oh my gosh.
I just wants to sell his workout products.
Right. Good plan on how to get clients?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't want to date you at all, but I do want you to work for me, and then everybody that works under you will also make you money, and it's an amazing opportunity that I want to tell you about.
And make sure to post about it on Facebook, please.
Next message.
Normally, I just text or track people down on social media, and that's how I find them. So this is the first voice message I've ever left for a girl, so thank you for taking my virginity in that sense. I'll never forget you.
Next message.
What was that supposed to be?
For your first voicemail, you did it all wrong, bro.
Yeah. I have no idea what his point was with that, but
Oh my God.
it might be one of the creepiest voicemails we've ever heard on the loser line.
And it's like the monotone voice with it, too.
I know.
Yeah.
In the beginning, just even searching people on social media, which is a pretty common thing to do. But when he says it, I feel like he's standing outside your house waiting to pounce.
Remember, you can get the special loser line number.
Whoa.
All you have to do is text the word loser, L-O-S-E-R, to 78592, and we'll send you that phone number that you can give out to somebody who's hitting on you that you would rather not have hitting on you, so they can call it and leave us a voicemail like this one.
Next message.
Hey, this is G. We met the other night at place. Not sure if you remember me. My friend Jack was hitting on you pretty hard, and I came over, and you might say I saved the day and got you out of the situation. And you're a gorgeous girl, and I'd love to take you out sometime. So just giving you a call, like you said. Can't wait to hear from you. Give me a call, babe.
Next message.
Oh my God, this poor woman. Apparently she has it handled. She didn't need your help getting out of the creepy situation, the first one, because you were just another creepy situation.
Exactly, bro.
That she
He
gave
sounds
the
like a
loser line
hero.
to.
Sounds like a hero to me.
Yeah, hey, let me get you out of this situation,
Yeah,
girl.
thanks,
Yeah.
little
Hey.
lady.
You get away from her, you big jerk.
Yeah.
God, man, am I right? We should totally go back to my house, get really drunk, and talk about it, right? Here's another message from the loser line.
Next message.
Angela, this is starting to get uncomfortable, and I want to just take it out, but I don't know if it's gonna come out on its own. You convinced me to go along with this because I thought this might be a little too crazy for me. It really doesn't feel as good as you said it would. I'm just gonna try to be honest with you. I really need you to come back and help me because I'm starting to think that if I want this out, it's looking like it's a two-person job.
Next message.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
God.
no. Oh, God.
I need you to come back here and help me. So,
And my mind
props to whoever gave that loser line number away. They actually were there, made him do something that sounds very uncomfortable. And they're like, I'm going to leave. Here's my number.
I don't even want to guess what's happening there.
Dude, just know something's wrong if someone's leaving in the middle of whatever you were doing.
Yeah. No matter what it is, if you're putting something somewhere in you, nobody should leave you in that situation. It's very vulnerable. They should stick around.
God, I hope he had a roommate or something to help him out later. I'm so worried about this guy.
Oh, man.
Next message.
Hey, Nicole. Excuse me. Sorry. Hey, this is Craig. Sorry, haven't been able to get in touch with you. Just dealing with a lot of stuff right now. So I've been in the hospital for the past few nights because my ex-girlfriend just had our baby. So, yeah. But I got some good news, and I really hope that you'll like it. I was able to convince her to name her Nicole after you.
Oh, my.
So, I mean, that's how much I feel about you, right? I named my firstborn after you. Pretty damn cool if I say so myself.
Next message.
My God.
I say that's pretty damn cool, too.
God, at the beginning, I was like, oh, he's a good guy, you know? Like, they broke up, but at least he still wants to be a good father. And then he hit me with the Nicole.
Are you kidding me? He doesn't even have a real phone number.
What?
Yeah. So somewhere out there, there's some dude that named his baby after somebody who gave him the loser line.
Oh, my God. I hope the mother of that child just didn't hear that.
We're destroying lives. What are we doing?
I'm real angry. So where did I get my name, Mommy?
Well, you see, your dad was out at a bar, and he was being really obnoxious to this woman, so she gave him a fake number to a radio station. He called it and left a voicemail, and now everybody knows that your name is Nicole because your dad's a big loser.
Yeah.
Remember, listen to the loser line regularly on Monday at 7:10 and 9:10. Your phone tap is coming up right after this. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
60 seconds away from your shock collar question of the day. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. But before we get into that, you guys notice that every single company in the country thinks that they can solve their problems with a motivational poster or some sort of saying like, don't be busy, be productive.
Yeah.
Which is not true. They want you to look busy. They
Yeah.
really don't care if you're productive. They just want you to look like you're doing something at all times.
Just be a body at the place, okay?
Or there's no elevator to success. You gotta take the stairs.
Oh, man. And you know what? I'm going to change my whole life now that I heard that.
Yeah,
Jubal.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Wow.
Or is it worth it? Let me work it.
What?
Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
I
With
actually
a cat
support
hanging
that.
on a
Yeah.
tree. Well, management at this radio station is taking it to another level because they're still sending out weekly innovation amplification emails. That's what they're calling them. To try to motivate us to be more creative, innovative, and synergetic-tastic. I don't know what their word is, but they keep getting weirder. And this week, they suggested that all employees at the company should do the Wagon Wheel Challenge.
What is that? Why? I'm
You
really
didn't
glad
see that
you're
email?
the only one in the whole company that are reading these.
These are the only emails that I read because they're hilarious.
Yeah, I have no
What's
idea
the
what
Wagon Wheel Challenge?
The Wagon Wheel Challenge is this. Management wants us to all to print out a picture of an old wagon wheel, or they actually suggested even buying a wagon wheel from a store. I don't know where to find a wagon wheel, but they want you to print it out or buy one, and then every day when you come into work, you look at that wagon wheel and in your mind try to visualize what strengths and weaknesses the wheel has and compare it to your own personal strengths and weaknesses.
What are you? This is a Was this really in the email?
Yes, it was.
For real?
Yep, for real. And then after you ponder in your mind on that wagon wheel, you're supposed to figure out how to be a more productive employee, I guess.
So basically be a wagon wheel? Is that what I'm hearing?
Be like the wagon wheel.
Okay, but not exactly like it.
But not exactly.
So you're supposed to look at it and identify the same strengths and weaknesses. Like,
So it's not even
kind of outdated.
Yeah. I'm big and round.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet.
Should I lose weight? Is that what you guys are saying? I don't know.
Wheel.
See?
But you're thinking, Brooke.
Yep, and now you're feeling more creative and innovative.
I thought first they were going to go with the people on a wagon wheel.
No.
But,
Support,
yeah,
maybe?
right. But I'm like, well, I think they all died from dysentery.
Exactly,
So I
yeah.
don't think that was a good look.
So there you go. Picture that wagon wheel today.
Hey, that was not a confusing message at all, corporate.
You'll be more creative and innovative than ever before.
Yeah. Let's
Especially
wagon
because
wheel it, guys.
When I think of innovation these days, I think of old wagon wheels. All right, let's get into the shot caller question of the day. Young Jeffrey has come in studio with a hat full of names. We'll draw a name out of the hat to see who will put on the shock collar today. They're asked a trivia question. If they get it right, they don't get shocked. Jeff does because he asked a terrible question. If they get it wrong, they get shocked to the song that you want us to sing. So text in at 78592. What song do you want to hear from the person who gets shocked today? Jose is drawing a name out of the hat because he had the shot collar last. And who'd you get?
I got wild card. Jeff picks.
Jeff's choice again.
Let's go.
Jeff.
Who are you feeling today, Jeff?
I kind of want to shock Jubal today.
Hey.
Yes.
Does that mean you're choosing me or you're
I'm choosing you
Okay.
for the shot collar.
You're just sharing.
I choose you.
All right. I'll grab the shot collar while I'm putting that on. Jeff, please read me the shot collar question of the day.
Back in 2000, the famous horror movie American Psycho came out, where Christian Bale plays a wealthy investment banker who turns into a psychotic killer. But did you know, Christian Bale later revealed he got his inspiration for the role by carefully studying the behavior and mannerisms of another famous actor, because he thought this particular celebrity had an eerie and peculiar way of behaving. Which actor was it?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. It's not even like a...
Not even like a real killer, like an actor.
Yeah.
Maybe a killer. Who knows? Plenty of actors out there. Closet killers.
They have good lawyers.
Yeah.
Closet killers. Did you see American Psycho?
Yeah, I did. It's a great movie. I've seen it a bunch.
I haven't seen it, but I remember the blood splatter, like all over his face
Yeah.
picture. Like, I know it's intense, right?
That was a really good movie.
So who
God,
are
and
creepy actors, guys?
he's like emulating another actor who I never would want to work with if I was
Yeah.
in the film industry.
Well, it was in the 90s. It was all about like yuppie businessmen.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm trying to figure out think of actors that were kind of personified that looked kind of like that classic 90s yuppie dude.
My first thought for you, in terms of maybe a little off kilter, was Tom Cruise.
No, that might not be bad
Because
actually.
That,
Seriously.
I mean, how soon after that or before that was like the couch jumping incident and things?
Well, it
And
was
he kinda
pretty
looks
far
like him,
after that, but
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, I mean, he was the 90s.
Yeah, totally.
And he looked like that kind of guy.
So maybe it hadn't been out yet how nutty he was.
Like, what other weird actors were there?
I mean, it's like definitely not Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah,
right?
for
Like we
sure.
could take him
No.
off.
It's someone who's
Anyone
like-
who feels perma-stoned is not going to be that guy.
Yeah. It's someone's like unstable, like Gary Busey.
I don't even think
He's
of
a crazy guy.
But if you guys haven't seen the movie, so
Yeah, so I don't know. It's
the role is less about him being like a crazy killer guy and more about him being like a 90s.
Like power hungry dude or what?
Yeah, kind of, but
like
more
Wolf of Wall Street, kind of?
No, less than that. Like just the basic like 90s hairstyle, 90s clothing, everything else. Like Tom Cruise really. I'm going to go with Tom Cruise on that. Yeah, I think that might be right.
that's it?
Yeah. Like I'm thinking Tom Cruise in that Risky Business movie or whatever.
Oh.
Back in 2000, Christian Bale played a psychotic killer in the movie American Psycho. It's one of his most famous performances, and Christian later revealed he prepared for the role by studying the mannerisms of another famous actor. Christian said he was watching this celebrity do an interview on David Letterman and, quote, he just had this very intense friendliness with literally nothing behind the eyes.
Oh.
And it instantly
Is
reminded
it?
him of a psycho killer. That's why Christian Bale based his character on the mannerisms of Tom Cruise.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Brooke.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Wow.
As soon as you said Tom Cruise, I was like, that's definitely
gotta
it.
be it. Wow.
I was just trying to think of the only actor that I think would kill me.
All right. So I got it right, and Jeff gets the shot collar, and somebody wanted to hear Still My Sunshine. Remember that?
I love this song.
Whenever you're ready.
I was lying on the grass on Sunday morning of last week.
Sorry.
I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine. Those are all the lyrics that are given to me. Ow!
Shock you.
Moving 92.5.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Not getting behind the wheel after drinking is the best choice. But if you're pulled over, the next best choice is to call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
It's another Jubal phone tab.
Weekday mornings on the 20s.
Only on Moving 92.5.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Scott Urban, and I'm calling from Automotive. I was looking for Sean.
Yeah, this is Sean.
Sean, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm fine, man. Actually, I'm not interested in that car anymore. Somebody called me from your dealership yesterday, and I told them to take me off the list. I'm straight.
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't calling about the car that you were here looking at. I was actually calling about something else.
All right.
It'll make sense here in a second. When you were here last week, there was a woman with you wearing some really nice jean shorts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's my girlfriend. Why?
Oh.
Why are you asking about my girlfriend?
Oh, that was your girlfriend. Okay. Yeah, it didn't look like it, so I wasn't sure. Okay.
How did it not look like it? She was with me or holding hands.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Why are you calling me about my girlfriend?
Well, I was wondering if I could get her number because I'd like to invite her down to. Yeah.
Are you serious? You're around. Are you serious?
No, I want to invite her to a fun promotion that we're having down at the dealership. I thought she'd be perfect for it.
No, man, I'm not going to give you my girlfriend's number. Are you high?
Well,
no.
Okay, well, maybe you can pass the message along then. Because to promote our latest sale, we're doing a wet T-shirt contest thing, and me and all the other guys down here, we're talking about it, and we're like, she would hands down win. I guarantee.
Do you have brain damage? No, definitely not. No,
dude. Hey, okay, listen. All right, I know she's your girlfriend. You look at it every day, so you probably think she can't win. No, I don't have brain damage.
No, dude,
I think.
No, I'm not saying do you have brain damage because she won't win. I'm asking, do you have brain damage because I have no idea why you would even ask me about this. It doesn't make any sense.
I'll tell you why. Well, you should know why. Right? You know why I'd ask.
Dude, what planet are you from? Are you serious? Where do you come from that you think that this would be an okay call to make?
I think I understand.
No, do you understand? That's ridiculous,
I do.
Man. Where do you get off calling me like this? That's ridiculous.
I do understand. So that car you were looking at, if you can get her in here to do that wet T-shirt contest, I will give you a discount.
I'm not. She's not coming into. Oh my God, are you? She's not coming in to do any wet T-shirt contest or any kind of contest.
You know, you keep saying no on her behalf, but you should really ask her. I mean, you don't even know because she's a lot younger than you, and the younger generation is into this.
Excuse me? No.
Yeah. Oh,
you're a lot older than her?
Yes. Are you saying excuse me because you can't hear very well?
You, dude.
I can speak louder if you need.
We are the same age, dude. Did you see us
No,
together?
not you and me. I meant you and your girlfriend. Big age gap. You and I might be the same age, but
age gap, dude. I'm like a year older than her.
Wow, you do look a lot older. You getting too much sun?
Go yourself, dude.
Hey,
are you serious?
Well, I'm worried about you. You getting a little too much sun there? I hope you're putting on sunscreen when you go outside because, you look a little weathered.
I want to talk to your manager, man.
Okay,
That's ridiculous.
Well, he's not into the wet T-shirt contest, if that's why you want to talk to him. I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah. No, I don't want to talk to him about the wet T-shirt contest, Ed. I want to talk to him about firing your ass.
Oh, okay. Well, then I should tell you that this is a prank phone call, and I don't have a manager that you can talk to.
This is a prank phone call.
Yeah.
You don't have a manager. That's inconvenient.
I know it is. It's really convenient because this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning doing a phone tap on you, and your best friend Brian set you up.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I'm serious.
Wait, who is this again? What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning doing a phone tap on you. Your buddy Brian emailed me to call you. He says that you and your girlfriend went to go buy a car the other day, and the salespeople wouldn't stop hitting on her.
That totally happened.
Well, we do need to talk to you about your sun exposure, though, okay?
Shut up, dude. I look young for my age. I do not look old, okay?
Okay.
Wake up every morning with Jubal phone tabs. Weekday mornings on the 20s.
Only on Moving 92.5.
All right, Brooke, you're going for 16 wins in a row today.
Okay, that's respectable.
And you're going to be playing Ashley in Tacoma. What's up, Ashley?
What's up, Jubal?
Not much. Pretty tired today.
She had a
falling
long
asleep.
weekend.
I'm just tired in general. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
tired all the time now.
All right.
Well, yeah. When we were playing the Awkward Tuesday phone call, I actually went in somebody's office, laid on the couch, and took a 20-minute nap. It was amazing.
Are you being for real?
Yeah.
You went and napped during the show?
Yeah, I napped in Justin's office. It was nice, though. I feel a little bit more refreshed now.
I don't know why. Why have I never done that?
It's a good idea. Try it.
Yeah.
Next time we're doing stuff that you don't have to actually be on the air, try go to take a nap in somebody's office.
I think
It's
we're
nice.
just jealous we haven't thought of that first.
Yeah, we could all go together sometime, maybe.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway, Ashley.
Little snuggle sesh?
Yeah.
You want in, Ashley? You want in on our snuggle session?
Sure, why not?
All right, sweet.
You're invited, Ashley.
Tomorrow we'll do it at like 7:30. 7:30 to 7:50. We'll all take a nap together. All right.
Great.
Brooke is leaving the studio. Ashley, the game's played like this. You got 30 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know one, just say pass, and you have to beat Brooke outright to win, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. Your time starts now. What is the name of the new Star Wars movie that premiered at #1 at the box office?
Solo.
Trapping, buzzing, and angling are all techniques used by what? In what sport?
Pass.
Neil Armstrong was first, but who was the second person to step foot on the moon?
I have no idea, but he's Russian, I think.
What is the medical term for a lateral curvature of the spine?
No idea. Pass.
In the cartoon Peanuts, what's the name of Charlie Brown's sister?
Oh, no. Pass.
Oh, no, pass? Is
Oh, my
that
God.
what you're going as her name? I don't think that was it, but okay. We'll bring Brooke back into the studio. So did you have a nice long weekend, Ashley?
I did.
What'd you do?
Lots of partying and drinking.
Yeah. The
Nice.
American way.
And did you just stay home and do it by yourself, or did you do it with people?
With people.
Oh, weird.
That's good.
Okay.
Weird.
All right, Brooke's got her headphones on. You ready?
Yes.
All right, your time starts now. What's the name of the new Star Wars movie, the one that premiered #1 at the box office this weekend?
Weird question. Solo.
Trapping, buzzing, and angling are all techniques used in what sport?
Fishing.
Neil Armstrong was the first, but who was the second person to step foot on the moon?
Oh, pass.
What's the medical term for a lateral curvature of the spine?
Scoliosis.
In the cartoon Peanuts, what is the name of Charlie Brown's sister?
Lucy.
What's the longest river in America?
Mississippi.
Okay, let's send it on over to the scoreboard and see how you guys did with Jose.
No pomegranates! No pomegranates!
Bolaños.
Jeez. Pomegranates. Ashley, you passed a lot, didn't know a lot, but you got one correct. That's good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Brooke,
Yeah.
you got 3 correct.
All right, Ashley, you did not win the money. Brooke, it's her 16th win in a row, though. Pretty good.
It's all right.
Let's go over the answers. The name of the new Star Wars movie, the one that premiered at the #1 place in the box office in the #1 spot, number one
Okay.
of the new Star Wars one, not the old one, would be Solo. Star Wars story, made $81 million. Trapping, buzzing, and angling are all fishing terms. Neil Armstrong was the first, but who was the second person to step foot on the moon? That would be Buzz Aldrin.
Oh, God, it was so hard. Why couldn't I think of that?
What's the medical term for a lateral curvature of the spine? Scoliosis. In the cartoon Peanuts, what's the name of Charlie Brown's sister? Sally. What's the longest river in America? It would be the Missouri River. 2,341 miles. Second is Mississippi, 2,320 miles.
Dang it.
Ashley, you didn't win the money, but just for playing today, you won 4 tickets to the Washington State Toy and Geek Fest.
Cool.
Imagine Comic-Con, but with toys, cool cars, and tons of exhibits as well.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Check out more information on the Toy and Geek Fest on their website, and that is toyandgeekfest.com.
Hey!
Yay.
Makes sense.
All right. We're done. We'll play on Brooks Bucks same time tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Moving 92.5.